Right, all the scouts, you've got a sponsored hike coming up, raising money for probably one of the most important charities, I think, for the Royal British Legion. 11-mile hike. It's 11 mile. It's not 11 mile. Don't panic. It's 11 kilometers. An apt sort of number, seeing as you know, the November 11th we were going on a little play on that. So it's further than a lot of you have been on hikes. So I thought I'd talk about foot care. Okay, so mainly the prevention of blisters. They can happen. You know, there's a member of my family that is very prone to blisters, so if you prepare for it, it's not so bad. It's you know, you take precautions and you don't get them. So yeah, basically foot care is important. It's very important. What it starts with, the basic thing is your footwear, right? So I'll just pop mine off now. What I'd say, because we don't know what the weather's going to be like, a long hike anyway, is as much as this hike is pretty flat, I'd still say that ankle support. Okay, so it's always wise to have ankle support. It's the most common injury, right? A little twist of the ankle and a little slip and slippy area. You know, you don't know what kind of terrain that could be. It could be a loose stone, it could be a bit of slippy mud, right? So you know, if you twist your ankle, that ankle support will at least help prevent twisted ankles. All right, so I mean, it's quite apt that I kind of talk about this, because you know, we're raising money for the military, right? So or helping the military, and everyone knows all the army boys, well, not just the army boys, all the services, they have nice shiny shoes. Now, yeah, it's to look smart, but all you scouts, I do want you to have a little thorough look over your boots, give them a good clean, because whilst you're cleaning it, not only you make yourself look nice and neat, smart for going out, but it gives you the opportunity to really sort of look over and study your footwear and see it's all in good working order, because you know, all it takes is you know, a worn hole somewhere or something like that. Next thing you know, there's water coming in, you're getting wet feet, and well, we've all been in the bath and the toes wrinkle up. It goes like that. And you know, the trench warfare guys, that's why you get something further called trench foot, because they were in wet and damp conditions. Those little creases that you get, like you're in the bath, get deeper and deeper until they end up cutting properly into the foot. All right, so prevention of them getting wet is very important. All right, so boots, ideally a nice ankle high one, like I say, to stop that twisting of the ankle. Go over them to make sure they're nice and clean, make sure you've checked them all over. You know, your shoelaces are good, they're not going to snap halfway through, because you don't want that. A good grip. Okay, so trainers won't do very well. I mean, there's a lot of we're outdoors, you know, we're not walking on the roads, we're out in the mud and stuff like that. So again, it's prevention of those slips, twisted ankles and stuff. Good grip on your boots. Okay, so that'd be my first point call. Now that seems quite obvious, but let's go into further than that, your actual foot. So inside your, you know, no matter how good your boots are, there could be that little bit of rubbing, and that little bit of rubbing it does lead to getting blisters, and no one likes blisters. They hurt, all right, especially when you get them early on in your hike. So there's further measures you can do to sort of prevent that. First one, tips and tricks is, do we work from the out in or the in out? All right, let's start with the skin. Right, so there is sprays you can get. The most common form of treatment or preparation is you can get sprays, and from any chemist, you spray it onto your foot, and it kind of gives your foot a tougher surface, and therefore, you know, it doesn't, it's that movement of your skin, okay, across something that causes a blister. So if you've got this film over the top of this rough stuff, then it's not your skin taking all the rubbing, and therefore it prevents the blisters. That is the number one most common prevention, okay, for your skin. Personally, I go the opposite way, and this is stuff I did mean to dig it out for the video, but I seem to have mislaid it, so I've already ordered another bottle of stuff called Stride Out, and it's fantastic stuff. It's amazing. I've never ever had a blister doing Welsh Three Peaks, doing the Van Dance Special Forces selection, you know, big hikes that you know, a lot of people get blisters on and sail through it, not one blister. Stride Out, I'll try and remember to put a link in the comments and stuff. If not, it'll be in my email when I send this out with a link to this video. But yeah, Stride Out, you rub it into your skin 5-10 minutes before you set off, and it softens the skin. Okay, it was developed by a ex-SAS guy, I believe, for going out on big army yomps. Yeah, just thought, well, why put this uncomfortable hard stuff on your feet when you can make them nice and soft and comfortable? And that's the way he went forward, and it's a way I've tried and tested, and it's fantastic. It's really good stuff. You can get it on Amazon. It's about, I think it's about £10 a bottle, so it's not the cheapest, but by far the best, right? So that's the skin. Beyond that, like I say, is blisters are caused by that rubbing, right? So you say that's your boot and that's your foot, the two rubbing together, it will actually, you know, get that movement going on your skin, and it will start to separate your the skin on the surface, and you'll end up getting a blister, right? So socks, obviously it's a tight fitting garment, right? And you know, you can get that rubbing like that. However, you can get, excuse me, I should have just brought them down, or a spare set down. You can get what's called a sock liner, right? So a sock liner is a little thin sock. It's not silk, it's synthetic, but it's got a silky sort of feel to it. It's really thin, it's tight fitting, and because it's silky, when you put it underneath your main sock, your yomping sock, the one slips straight over the top of the other, right? So any movement on my foot now will be that outer sock, but the inner sock stays exactly where it is on the foot, okay? So any movement inside is just the outer sock and against boot, therefore my skin isn't getting any rubbing, and that, I swear by it, it's really good. So 2 pairs of socks, a thin pair of socks inside here, nice thicker pair of socks, because obviously it is getting colder. I wouldn't say put winter socks on quite yet, but certainly a thicker sock, and so it's nice and warm. Oh, just thought of another thing. I'm just lacing up, and this is a great tip for every day. I do this every day with my shoes now. Double knotting from rugby days or going on hikes and things. A double knot can get wet, damp, mud in there. It ends up getting so tight it's really hard to undo. So this is my way around that. If I'm going to lace my boot, hopefully you see that. There you go. I will. Let me just cleat it up a minute. Okay, so a normal lace to start off with, okay? So just cinch it in, get your, exactly like you normally would, get your little bunny ear, go round and through. Now, normally you just pull like that and then do it again for a double knot. However, I do it slightly different. So you go like normal, but before this section here, before you pull that tight, okay, this hole that's through here that you've just fed the loop, you know, created the loop through, if you pull that loop through, go over the top and then go through that hole for a second time, okay, and pull it down, that is then, that won't come undone, right? That's as effective as a double knot. However, the big difference is when you get home at the end of it, you can undo it. You can pull on this. It's a little tug. It gets to there, just stops a bit, but little tug and it'll just pop undone like a normal shoelace, right? So that double knot isn't hard anymore to undo. It's so you go, make that second ear, rabbit ear, around the top and through for a second time, okay? Pull it in, job done. All right, that won't come undone. That's just as good as a double knot. All right. So regardless of the amount of water in there, and regardless of how much mud gets in there, the swelling of the laces and tightening up on that knot, you can still give it a good yank and it'll just pop it open like you haven't double knotted it, even though it's just as secure as a double knot. So yeah, make sure you, if you've got leather boots, make sure that you've polished them or waxed them. Try and keep the water out. Ankle high, good grip. Ideally, some kind of skincare, right? Whether that's the hardening spray or whether that's the stride out oil that you rub in. A sock liner, right? So a thin sock underneath your main sock, and that will stop that rubbing. And do all those, and hopefully you won't get any blisters. Okay, so it's a good cause. You've got to spread the message far and wide. Try and get that out there that we're trying to raise money, because the more money, the more people that see it, hopefully the more people will donate and raise money for the Royal British Legion. Aside of that, kit list has already been sent out by Dave, so you know you should know about layering. You know, have all your kit in your bag, just to be able to layer up or layer down. Hydration, really important. And make sure this week that your waterproof top, because we're getting a lot of rain at the moment. Make sure your waterproofs are in fact waterproof and they're not just going to suck in all that water. Okay, so good skincare, good foot care. It's very, very important. It doesn't matter how rugged you want to be, putting those oils on your feet beforehand is well worth it. And yeah, no one likes a blister. Anyway, let's hope we raise lots of money, and I'll see you on the hike on the weekend. Okay, bye for now.